Hey everybody, welcome. Hey everybody, welcome to Fogg's Cards and Things. We're going to do another break. But first, like and subscribe, please. Yeah, you. We got cards to get to. There you go. All right, today we're going to be starting off ripping the 1991 NFL football Pinnacle set. It's a premier series started by Score. I'm going to go through this. I'm going to show you sort of what the packs look like first, just in case it's something you're ever interested in buying. So to me, it kind of looks like a Bo Jackson almost on the front, which would make sense to capitalize on that during that time frame. We'll probably open about three packs at a time. First one, I'm just gonna rip one so I can show you what the cards look like. So first we have Eric Swan there on the rookie card. It's a pretty good card for that time. And Tom Newberry, this is just the base card. Has a pose on the back, the white border with the black background. The rookie is a little bit different. All the cards have a pose on the front with a profile shot. And the rookies, they say that 91 rookie down the side. So an Eric Swan rookie is not bad to get in our first pack. Bubba McDowell. Mark Duper. Rich Camillo. Tim McKyer. Andy Heck. Richmond Webb. Head to head. That's the Thurman Thomas and Lawrence Taylor. It's a nice looking card. Got another head to head variation. I don't think there are any inserts in here. So that's Bruce Smith, Steve Young. But you see how the number on the bottom, it's just a sequential number. We saw these in the baseball series as well. They have a technician variation. Morton Anderson kicking there. Oh, nice. And we got an Emmitt Smith. Game winners. Very nice card there. Give Emmitt a front row seat in the back. And like I said, we're going to start 3 packs at a time just so it doesn't take forever. Packs open up really nice for being as old as they are, and the integrity of the pack seems to be pretty good also. All right, let's see what's in this stack here. The dome there for the Super Bowl. Idols, another variation that we saw in the baseball series. This one is Boomer Esiason with an idol of Burt Jones. Another idol, back to back. That's Rodney Hampton and Otis Anderson. Playing for the same team there. McGee on the rookie. Goebel. Davis. Vaughn Johnson was a decent player. Mark Jackson, receiver for the Broncos. Anthony Miller. Jeff George, quarterback for the Colts. Derek Thomas. Another one, if anyone knows me, knows I keep all the Chiefs, but I also PC Derek Thomas. So we've got not through 2 whole packs yet, and we've already got some really good cards. This one be the pro sideline of Kenneth Davis. So they usually have some kind of hobby and then a picture of them. On the rookies in this pack, we've got Leonard Russell, Jared Bunch, Eric Pegram, Dossie, and Ernie Mills. We got Mark Rippon, quarterback for the Redskins. Todd McNair, running back. Put him in the area for our Chiefs. Actually, I'll just put that in the back row. That wouldn't be a front row for very many people. Tim Green. Like Tim Green, he's a author of some children book now, although he has ALS, but very good guy. Merrill, oh Merrill. Most people know him as his personality from television. Hugh McMillan, quarterback for the Patriots. Bruce Smith, there's another good one. Joe Morris, Tony Johnson, Jim McMahon. He had a big personality for sure. Gary Clark. Wow, there we go. Junior Seau. It's his second year card, but it's a great looking card. I'll put him with our defensive club. Ronnie Harmon, running back for the Chargers. Darrell Green, great cornerback. Leonard Russell. Jared Bunch on the rookie card. And Brian Blades, receiver for the Seahawks. During this time, did you collect any cards? Who were you after? Who was your favorite team? It's always interesting to hear who people were going for throughout different times. And if it was somebody who was popular locally to where you're from, was it somebody, Derek Thomas was more than just local to me. Being a Chiefs fan growing up, obviously, I probably would have been a fan of him either way. But Steve Young was a national player at the time, but also one that I really liked. A little stickage on that one I can feel. Let's see here. Sidelines, Kevin Green. It's a cool looking card. Carl Banks. Baker, decent receiver for the Giants at the time. Steve Atwater, good safety for the Broncos. Bruce Smith, again, we've seen him already. Joe Morris. Bryce Pop. Guy McIntyre. The offensive linemen don't get a lot of love, but he was a heck of a guard for the 49ers. Drew Hill, receiver. Bill Frolic, guard. Bickett. Tony Bennett, linebacker for the Packers. There's another sideline. Joey Browner. Looks like he enjoyed martial arts. Oh, technician. So these are a variation. But very cool, very cool. Barry Sanders there. Jerry Rice. Darrell Green. Jerry Rice, another player that I PC. Leslie O'Neal. Eric Swan on the second-time rookie. Dalton Hilliard. James Brooks was upside down. Good running back for the Bengals at the time. Broussard. Andre Reed. Good receiver there for the Bills. What do we have here? The Immaculate Reception. Very cool. Franco Harris on the Immaculate Reception. Game winners, Neil Anderson. Here's Steve DeBerg, quarterback for the Chiefs, with his idol, Roman Gabriel. Mike Kroll on the rookie, Ricky Evans. Aaron Craver. Todd McNair, running back for the Chiefs. Tim Green again, we've seen him. Eddie Brown. Irving Fryer, good receiver for the Patriots at the time. Greg McMurtry, another receiver for the Patriots. And Henry Ellard, great receiver there for the Rams. If you see any cards you like, drop a comment. Send us a message. You can join our Discord. Let's get a first look at cards before they're uploaded to eBay. Check out our eBay store. We probably have usually a couple hundred cards on there at any time. I don't know where we're at right now. see what we've got here. Another sideline. Ron Wolfley. Looks like he enjoys writing or poetry. Another Idols. That's Henry Ellard and Bob Hayes. Like that. Idols. There's Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. Great looking card there. Put him in our quarterback club. Bobby Wilson, Mike Stonebreaker, Ted Washington, Brad Edwards, Keith McKellar, Pat Terrell, Emmitt Smith on the base card there. Very nice card. Dennis Smith, safety for the Broncos, white. Lip Smackers, Gourmet, Chocolate Chip Pecan Cookies. Lewis Lips. There you go. It's different. And a duplicate there on the Steve Young Smith card. Morton Anderson on the Technician. Chris Spielman, Marv Cook, David Treadwell, Daryl Johnston. Name I haven't heard in a long time. He was a heck of a fullback. Dino Hackett, linebacker for the Chiefs. Quinn Early, Eric Ball, Gerald Williams, DeMonte Dawson. I think that was a decent card at this time. Another sideline here. Who do we have? Richard Tardis, bobsled. Willie Anderson, receiver for the Rams. Jerry Rice on the Technician. Very cool looking card here. Put him in the Receivers Club. Clay Matthews, Lamar Lathan, Kyle Clifton. Ooh, another one I've PC'd for a long time. Deion Sanders, Neon Deion, Mark Murphy, Rob Bernstein, Bubby Brister, quarterback for the Steelers. Roger Craig, heck of a running back there. Time with the Raiders and 49ers. We've got Isaac Holt, a cornerback here for the Cowboys. Yeah, those are some pretty neat cards that we've got already. I would say we're only probably a third of the way through this set. Been a pretty good box so far. Oh, like I was saying earlier, who did you collect at the time? Who were the ones you would trade for? You know, we kept our cards in shoe boxes back then and didn't really take care of them, but we sure did like to trade them. Who were you after? Brian Brennan, Clay Matthews, outside linebacker, Lamar Lathan, Kyle Clifton, Verity, Hildress, Phillips, Fagan. Another Technician here on the Jerry Rice. Technician here on Warren Moon. Quarterback Club. Can't remember if we've had that Jerry Rice yet or not. Wow, there's another head-to-head. We've got Steve Young. We got Jerry Rice. And now we have Joe Montana. It's a very cool card. Barry Sanders on the Technician. We've had him once already. Brian Noble on that sideline. Bird. Randall Cunningham. Heck of a quarterback at the time. Great quarterback. He'll go to the quarterback club. Joey Browner. Barry Sanders on the base card. Good looking card. Cortez Kennedy. Defensive tackle. Really good. Ernie Jones, wide receiver. John Taylor, wide receiver for the 49ers. Anthony Thompson. Ronnie Lott, he definitely goes in our defensive club back there. Jim Breach, kicker for the Bengals. Eric Metcalf. Bruce Pickens, rookie card. It's not a bad rookie to pick up there. Gaston Green, Ernie Biner, Ed King, Chris Zork on the rookie card. I think that one might be worth a little bit. Keith McKellar, Pat Terrell, Tom Rathman, another big fullback. I mean, this guy did some damage. He was a big guy. Tom Rathman. Eric Green, tight end for the Steelers. Lewis Lips, we had his sideline card earlier for the Cookies. John Offerdahl, linebacker there for the Dolphins. Like I said, these packs are opening up very, very easily. If you watched one of our other videos, we got a whole box of cards, and half of them were stuck. Couldn't get them apart without transfer. We salvaged maybe a third of the cards, but the seller graciously refunded the money, didn't ask any questions, although I told him, I have a video of it if he wanted to see it. And not that he could have known. There's no way, the pack or the box was sealed. It was still factory wrapped, and just don't know if something's sitting on it. If they put too much weight on top of it at some point. Not to say that person did, but let's look at our idols here. We got Howie Long on the idols. Joe Green. Mean Joe Green. Well, let's move our Score American flag. Another idols card. Wow, we got 3 in a row. Al Toon and Wesley Walker. Cornelius Ben. Oh no, wrong person. Daryl Talley and Ted Hendricks. George Thornton on the rookie card. Brian Cox, Henry Colon, Broderick Thomas, good linebacker at the time. Pete Stojakovic, Reggie White. Sorry, he definitely goes on the all-defensive team. Defensive club back there. Vinny Testaverde, Brian Mitchell. Have him down as a kick returner. Succeed. Got Kenny Walker there. It's a neat variation. Game winners, Emmitt Smith. Game winners, Christian Okoye. Mike Dumas, rookie. Mo Gardner. Russell Maryland, rookie card. I think we got another rookie card, another different type of box on old Russell Maryland. It's a good rookie right there. Heath Sherman, Anthony Muniz. Sorry, tongue-tied once in a while. It's a good card. James Hasty, Howie Long, John Williams, Simon Fletcher, another sideline. Stephen Bragg, sorry. Carnell Lake, Dan McGuire, Mark McGuire's brother. And this one doesn't have his height on it, but probably one of the tallest QBs to ever play. Lomas Brown, said earlier the offensive line doesn't get much love, but heck of an offensive lineman. Rich Gannon, quarterback for the Vikings. Anthony Miller, Broderick Thomas again. Got Joe Montana on the base card here. Like to see that. Quarterback club. Darrell Henley, Sam Mills, linebacker for the Saints. All right, we'll probably cross the halfway mark on this box. What's your favorite card you've seen so far? What's something you'd like to have? And as long as it's not one IPC, unless I have a double of it, we'll do our best to get it to you, work something out so we can get that card to you. Kicker for the Lions here, Eddie Murray. Tim McDonald, strong safety. He was a great safety. Browner. Mike Singletary, linebacker for the Bears. Definitely a feared guy. Delfino, Straczynski. Stephen Baker. Ricky Sanders. Jay Novacek. I don't know if he was popular because of Troy Aikman, Irving, or if he was just that good. Steve Wisniewski, another guard that probably doesn't get enough love. Michael Carter, nose tackle for the 49ers, James Francis, good linebacker. Rodney Peete, decent quarterback there for the Lions. Kenneth Davis, another game winners, Christian Okoye, punter Sean Landetta. Herschel Walker, good running back. Had some good years. Aston Green. Art Monk on the sidelines. I liked old Art Monk. Brian Blades, Randall Hill, Ed McCaffrey on the rookie. Wow, that's a good rookie card. I didn't realize this was his rookie year. Tim Barnett with the Chiefs, rookie. Stan Thomas, Eddie Brown, Nate Lewis, John Hand, Jack Del Rio, time as a player, Bill Brooks, Bobby Hebert, quarterback for the Saints. If you're stopping in, we appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope you will. At least consider it. Like the video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means the world to me. Lets me know that you like this type of content or these videos and that I should keep making them. Nothing worse than making videos and seeing the views but no likes or subscriptions, so you don't know if people even like them. But I appreciate you spending your time here. It definitely helps the algorithm. Anything we make, we just buy more boxes, make more videos. Certainly appreciate it. Let's see here. We've had this one before. Brian Noble on the... that one. That's why you gotta be careful buying these, especially if you're looking to grade them. I don't know if you can see that. That corner just came out jacked up. Well, anyway, Ricky Sanders, Jay Novacek again on the double, Johnny Johnson, Jim McMahon, Marcus Allen. Whoops, gotta refocus there. Sorry. Marcus Allen, great running back. Michael Irvin, speaking of him earlier. Not a Michael Irvin. Scott Case, free safety there for the Falcons. Blair Thomas, running back. Fulcher, Jim Lachey. Bruce Matthews, center for the Oilers. Another Marcus Allen, back-to-back. Sammy Smith, running back for the Dolphins. Phil Simms, quarterback club. Phil played for a long time. Richard Dent. David Little. Stan Brock. Verndon. Chris Hinton. Randall Hill. Bob Humphrey. Greg Lewis. Carnell Lake. Jay Novacek on the sideline. Rancher in his free time. Dan Marino on the Idols. Terry Bradshaw. That's kind of a neat card. Both them legendary quarterbacks. Darrell Green. Definitely feared on the defensive end of the field. Lamar Rogers. Eric Bieniemy before his coaching days. I always like this picture of him. Just looks so surprised. Jeff Graham, Tom Rathman again on the double. Toy Cook, Tony Castillas, Herod, Nick Lowry, kicker for the Chiefs. Very good kicker. We've had good luck with kickers on the Chiefs. I'm going to move some of these commons out of the way. There any players that I've missed that you would have picked, put in your defensive club, quarterback club, running back club, receiver club? Everybody has different opinions, so I'm sure I've picked some you wouldn't pick or didn't pick some that you would. Probably 2/3 the way done with this box here. Puts us about right on time for probably a 40-minute video for this one. All right, let's see what we got here. John Alt, Kansas City Chiefs. Warren Moon, Technician. Can't remember if we got that one or not. Head-to-head, another duplicate there. Joe Montana, Mark Carrier. Pepper Johnson. Scott Davis. Andre Tippett. Ernest Givens. Keith Henderson with the 49ers. Ricky Jackson, Nate Odoms, Alan Pinkett, Chris Miller, quarterback with the Falcons, Charles Mann, Thurman Thomas. Looks really good there for quite a few years. Game winners. Game winner also Barry Sanders. I might be putting another one back there. We may have had that one already. Phil Hansen, Kenny Walker, Toy Cook, Casillas, Mark Rippon, quarterback for the Redskins again. Wolford, Tom Tupa, quarterback for the Cardinals. Don Beebe, good receiver there for the Buffalo Bills. There's an Offerdahl for the Dolphins, the sideline. Technician, Joey Browner. Head-to-head, got Barry Sanders there. And Joey Browner on the reverse. Or on the opposite side of the card. Bubba McDowell, base card. Mark Ingram, who's a heck of a receiver for the Buffalo Bills. Mark Gann, Eugene Daniel, Johnny Bailey, Christian Okoye with the Chiefs. I'll just put him up there on the Chiefs stack since I know that's a duplicate. Kevin Mack, fullback. Did you ever see any of these cards growing up? I remember opening a few packs, but I don't think this was a real popular set from when I was in my collecting days. Most of us took a little break before we came back to it. But always glad that we find our way back. Gonna have probably 3 more sets after this. Again, if you've stuck around with us this long, I certainly appreciate it. Hopefully you've subscribed and liked the video by now if you've hung out for a half hour. Barry Sanders on the base card. We probably have that one also, but I just can't remember. Cortez Kennedy. Heck of a defensive player. I might just keep him up there. Bob Golick. Charles Haley. Pat Swilling. Norm Johnson. Rodney Holman. Otis Anderson. We saw him on an Idols card earlier. He's a good running back. Randall Cunningham. Base card. Keith Jackson, tight end. He's a heck of a receiver. Al Toon, Willie Anderson. Marcus Allen on the sideline there. Gotta love that. Game winner Emmitt Smith, Christian Okoye. I think those are both duplicates. Mike Young, Wilbur Marshall, Brett Perriman, Heath Sherman, Tunch Ilkin, Anthony Muniz, Jerry Gray, Wendell Davis, Gaston Green, Mike Tice with the Seahawks. Steve Jordan. I said Herschel Walker. Steve Jordan and Oscar Robinson on the Idols card there. Other Idols. Jim Beach and Jan Snenerud. His idol was a Chief, so we'll keep him up there. John Johnson, rookie. Todd Light, cornerback. Dan Saliamua for the Chiefs. Frank Warren, Bryce Pop. Mark Clayton, good receiver for the Dolphins. David Johnson, Rich Moran. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with how easy these packs open and what great shape the cards are in. Here, a little stickage there, but nothing major. Chris Spielman, linebacker for the Lions. Marv Cook, David Treadwell, Mike Young, Kevin Ross for the Kansas City Chiefs. Haywood Jeffries, he's a good receiver for the Oilers. Craig Hayward, good running back. Ironhead Hayward. Fred Barnett, another good receiver. Game winners. Biner. Thurman Thomas, I think that's a repeat. Barry Sanders, I think that's a repeat. That Neil Anderson on the base card. Reggie Brogy, punter for the Dolphins. Kevin Mack and his idol, Ernest Biner. Mark Carrier. And Ronnie Lott. I like that. That's a good idols card. Pfeiffer. Todd Marinovich. However you pronounce his name. Probably one of the bigger busts in NFL draft history. Nate Lewis, John Hand, Rob Moore. I remember everybody saying, Todd Marinovich, you got to keep his cards. He's going to be somebody someday. And not that he's nobody. I mean, he certainly made it way further than I ever would. Just didn't turn into the NFL player that a lot of us thought he would. There's Leslie O'Neal. Eric Allen. Good defender. Leroy Butler. Neil Smith. Definitely love a Neil Smith card. Anthony Johnson. Head-to-head here. Jerry Rice. Darryl Green again. That one's a duplicate. Joey Browner. Barry Sanders. Browner again. I think that's a duplicate as well. Anthony Muniz on the technician. It's a cool looking card. All right. A few more packs to go here. We'll probably just open up the rest of them. I think it might be 5. Do a little quick recap of what we got out of these when we're done. I don't know if you can see that card to the left. I'll show you that also when we do the recap. That's just a recent poll I got. Has Howie Long talking to one of my favorite baseball players of all time, George Brett, longtime Kansas City Royal and Hall of Famer. All right, let's take a look here. This guy's practicing some law, it looks like. Bart Oates. Pat Harlow on the rookie card. Fernandez. Baxter. Brad Muster, fullback for the Bears there. Steve Jordan. Reggie White. I probably already put a Reggie back there, but Dan Saliamua, nose tackle. Frank Warren. Hilgenberg. Dan Marino on the base quarterback card there. It's a neat card. Quarterback Club. Chris Dishman. Somebody's liking being an actor. Duplicate there on the Muniz. Thurman Thomas, Lawrence Taylor. Very cool. Might already have that one there too. Steve Wisniewski, Gary Zimmerman, Rufus Porter. Boomer Esiason, quarterback for the Bengals. Good quarterback. Conlon. Dan Majakowski. Meggett. Spencer Tillman. So he's interested in some television. Keith Jackson, good tight end for the Eagles. Al Toon, good receiver for the Jets. Bob Golick. Charles Haley. We probably already got a Charles Haley, but we'll put him up there anyway. Brian Brennan. Albert Lewis, cornerback for the Chiefs. Gary Anderson, good kicker for the Steelers. Ken O'Brien. Thompson. Oliver. Rodney Hampton. What do we got here? Sarah Talalua? I don't know. Kind of a neat looking card though. Sean Lindell on the technician. Herschel Walker on the game winners. I think we have that one. Keith Traylor. Derek Russell. Mike Pritchard. Steve McMichael. Mongo. Certainly a good defender. Edwards. John Freeze, quarterback for the Chargers. He had a good few years there. Burnett. John Alt, offensive tackle for the Chiefs. Chris Warren, running back for the Seahawks. Dave Creed. Washington. Dennis Bird. Steve Young. I was wondering if we were going to get a Steve Young. We're down to our last 5 cards. Definitely my favorite quarterback growing up, aside from Joe Montana. Darryl Talley. Gary Plummer. Brian Noble. Dan McGuire on the rookie card again. Pat Harlow. Fernandez. And Carl Banks. Again, if you stuck with us through that whole video, I certainly appreciate it. Any likes or subscribers that we can get, like I said, doesn't cost you a thing, but means the world to me. So we've got Lawrence Taylor, Thurman Thomas, Barry Sanders and Browner, Montana Carrier, Rice Green, Young Smith. We already went over that one. This is a cool looking card with the American flag in the background. That's what I have over here is the scorecard. American flag. Mark Carrier on the Idols. Marcus Allen. Dan Marino. Jay Novacek. That's Art Monk. Howie Long. and Henry Ellard. And this one was the Immaculate Reception. Our defensive club. Let's get a look at Mongo, Charles Haley, Reggie White, Eric Allen, Cortez Kennedy, Darryl Green, Ronnie Lott, Neon Deion Sanders, Junior Seau, and of course Derek Thomas. Notable rookies. Ed McCaffrey. That is a good card in this set. Russell Maryland. Like I said, we have another rookie of his in another set. Chris Orrick. And Bruce Pickens. Cornerback there. And our receivers. Fred Barnett, Haywood Jeffries, Keith Jackson, Mark Ingram, Don Beebe, Michael Urban, Jay Novacek, and Jerry Rice on the technician. Our running backs with probably some wide receivers mixed in. Herschel Walker, Ironhead Hayward, Barry Sanders, game winner Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, Marcus Allen, Herschel Walker game winner, Okoye game winner, Emmitt Smith game winner, Barry base card, Jerry Rice another technician, that's a duplicate. Roger Craig, Daryl Johnston, Emmitt Smith base card, technician Barry Sanders, game winner Emmitt Smith. And last but not least, our quarterbacks. We have Steve Young, Boomer, Dan Marino, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, Phil Simms, Joe Montana, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, and Troy Aikman there on the Idols. Thanks for coming by. We hope to see you next time. And as always, God bless.